Namaskar. Welcome back to the example number 1 for the event abroad travel. This example we studied in the previous video with the help of the EPS tables. The female native traveled abroad for her master degree. She completed undergraduation in one Dasa Bugdi, and after that, in the favorable Bugdi, she traveled abroad for her masters. So we had a detailed discussion in the previous video with the help of the EPS table. Now in this video, the same example we are going to study with the help of the PILT table with the key planets, how we are able to identify the destiny and also the Dasa Bugdi period supportive for travel abroad for her studies. Now let us examine. Example 1. Abroad travel for studies. In this video, we are going to study with the PILT table. Now let us examine the PILT table of this example chart. This is the birth chart of that female who traveled abroad for higher studies. Now we are going to examine with the help of the PILT table. We have already studied the all the planets, self-significations, and we have given the respective shades also. So the same APS color shades we can use here, or we can use the key planet shades also, whatever software is, by program it is giving, or you can use the same colors what we have selected in the EPS table study. So I have taken those colors, and what we can do, we can use EPS colors, and we can click KP check all. We can check all planets so that we can find the role of all planets. Sometimes we can also do the selective key planets. We can check at all levels. And that way also you can do that. That is one method of analysis. Since many planets are favorable and no unfavorable key planets are strongly playing, so we can also choose this way. We can select all planets and check their rulers also. Anyway, according to the necessity, you can do it. Now, the favorable key planets, Mercury, yes, Jupiter, Mercury, Rahu, Moon, and Venus. These 5 planets are favorable key planets. Importantly, Venus represents Rahu. Venus is 4, 11, 12, 2, 6, 10, 2, and 4. This Venus is the important planet for the purpose of travel, that is for the education, for studies. So Venus and Rahu for the travel. So Venus is important planet. It has got both travel and also purpose of travel. So now we have to check the destiny. So before going for the timing of event, let us check the destiny. Destiny is 12th sublord and 9th sublord. 12th sublord is Moon, and the 9th sublord is Rahu. Let us check Moon and Rahu. Moon, all levels ruled by Moon, 3 levels, and sublord is Venus. And starlord of the sublord is Jupiter. All are green colored planets. It means they are all good key planets. And apart from that, you can see Venus is there at all levels in supports, forming ruler link. And Sun planet is 2, 11, and 10 supportive. They are present. And Rahu also is present in the supports. And Venus also having all the other key planets in the support. So that 12th sublord in the star and sub of favorable key planet. So it is supportive. So that we are able to see that. It is always recommended to keep these self-significations table along with that, so that we can look at the self-significations houses also. Because with the colors, we can identify that planet is favorable or moderate or mixed one. But only with the grouping of houses, we can identify the real strength. So that for that, we can keep open the self-significator table always. That will be always good. And now 9th sublord. Rahu. Rahu, occupant of the fourth house and 369. It supports for, abroad travel for the purpose of education also. So Rahu in representing Venus in the star of Jupiter, our favorable key planet. Again, Rahu is coming, and sublord is Sun and Mars. Star lord of the sublord. Sun and Mars are supported 2, 11, 10, 5, 10, 10. So they are all not very strong, favorable key planet for the abroad travel also. They are not strongly signifying the houses for the education. But still, Sun is occupying 11th house is good, and the fifth lord is also good for the abroad, sorry, for the education. Anyway, the Sun and Mars are supportive significator, and ninth sublord in the star and sub of good key planet. Sublord is having supportive key planet, but you can see in supports Moon, Venus, Moon, Rahu, all are present. So Rahu is present here and forming ruler link, and Venus is playing role at all levels in supports. Venus is a good key planet, already discussed for the purpose of travel, for education, and also Rahu. When Venus comes, automatically Rahu will come, because Rahu in the sign of Venus only. So that way, they are all favorable. So it indicates that 9 sublord in the star and sub of a planet, which are all favorable and also forming ruler link. It is supportive for the abroad travel for studies. So that we are able to identify. So destiny planet is Rahu strongly playing. And if you look at the third lord, 12th lord, Mercury. So third lord, 12th lord, Mercury. Also you can say all levels are very good. And with the support of other key planets in the support. So all planets, all the rulers of the cuspal lordship and cuspal sublord destiny planets are all favorable. And now we have to look at the destiny, sorry, Dasa Lord. Dasa Lord is at the time of she was completing her undergraduation. She was running undergraduation. She was running Rahu Dasa, Venus Bukti. At the end of Rahu Dasa, Venus Bukti, she completed her under UG. After that, she was interested in going for, for higher studies to abroad. So that we have to check. First, let us check whether Rahu is supportive. So already we discussed Rahu is ninth sublord, having got all key planets. It is good. So now we have to check the Bugdilad whether it is supportive for, at the time of, after he completed her studies, whether it is supportive for the long travel. Venus itself, but Venus, end of Venus only she actually completed. Still, let us check whether Venus also favorable. Before that, we have to check the Dasa Lord, Rahu, that is destiny planet itself, key planets of the Dasa Lord. Which are the favorable key planets making the Dasa Lord is strong enough? So out of them, Rahu itself, good key planet, and Jupiter, and you can see all levels are, supported by Venus. Venus is the strong, favorable key planet for all levels. So Rahu, Jupiter, and Venus, they are the favorable key planets of the Dasa Lord. And the Moon is also in supports present. Moon, Jupiter are also, sorry, Moon is also present, Jupiter already there. So important key planet are Venus, Rahu, Jupiter, and Venus. So now the Bugdi Lord should have the key planet of the Dasa Lord, that should be there. That is Rahu, Jupiter, and Venus role should be there in the Bugdi Lord. And the some weak key planets, or what are the weak key planets of the Dasa Lord, Sun and Mars? They are not unfavorable, but they are weak. So if any planet is having these key planets in their rulers, main rulers, they will cause weakness, because they are not strongly indicating for the higher studies. So in the Venus, you can see Venus, star lord Jupiter, Rahu, they are all the ruler of the Dasa Lord. They are all playing role here. The two star lord Jupiter, here also star lord Jupiter. Venus, Jupiter, Rahu, All are playing role, very good levels. But only thing is, Venus, end of Venus only she completed. By the time you can see the sublord is Sun Mars. The same Sun Mars playing role here. So Bugdi Lord is not very strong. It has got some weakness at the sub level. So that way, I mean, we can say that Venus is supportive, but it has got some weakness at the sub level. So moreover, she also completed only at the end of the Venus. So Venus and the end of the Venus means Ketu Antra, that is not at all favorable. So Venus is not so strong enough to send her for masters immediately after the UG. Then you look at the Sun Bukti. Ragu Dasa, Venus Bukti over, and Sun Bukti. Sun Bukti, these three levels are fine, but Sun and Mars, two levels are the weak key planets of the Dasa Lord, so it is not very strong. Though they are having the ruler sling, the two levels, primary levels for planet and star level, not very strong. Then Moon. Moon is having good significator. Moon, Venus and Jupiter are good. But the problem is what? That the strong favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord, that Rahu, Jupiter and Rahu and Venus. Venus is playing role at the sub-level and Jupiter, and Rahu is not playing the main levels. You know that the Dasa Lord's strong favorable key planet, if Rahu is coming, that Dasa Lord itself is a strong key planet. That too, Ragu itself is playing role. Its role is important in the Bukti Lord. So that Ragu is not playing role here, and the moon is playing at all levels, same planet repeated. Look at moon is 1, 11, 3, 7, 11, 12. It is supportive, but role of Rahu is missing, and that star level planet is also not very strong, because that planet should support for the travel abroad for the higher study. So purpose of travel also should be indicated. That is not strongly present. So let us keep this moon in waiting list. And next comes the Mars. That is the last planet. Mars is the one of the unfavorable key planet, I mean weak key planet of the Dasa Lord, but it is only in the source. So Mars planet is 5th lord, 10th lord occupying 10th house. 5 is fine for the higher studies. In the star of Venus, 2 level is Jupiter and sub of Rahu and Jupiter. You can see this grouping is very good. Venus, Jupiter, Rahu, Jupiter and all other key planet in supports. So that Venus is playing good key planet, and Rahu is playing, Jupiter is playing, Rahu, all are playing role here. So when compared to the moon, Mars planet in the star and sub of all this planet is good. Moreover, you can see Mars is having Venus, Rahu, and Jupiter. All the key planets, the rulers are forming ruler link to the Mars. So that way, Mars becoming stronger. So Rahu Dasa, Mars Bukti is stronger than the Rahu Dasa, Moon Bukti. So she traveled abroad for UG during Rahu Dasa, Mars Bukti. Since the Bukti Lord itself is strong, I mean stronger with significations without any unfavorable, in same antra, it can support for travel. So she traveled abroad in December 2018 during that Ragu Dasa Mars Bukti, Mars Antra itself, she traveled abroad. So with the help of the key planets, we are able to identify the rulers ruled by the key planet of the Dasa Lord, and I mean destiny planets are ruling of their strength and weakness. We're able to see, so we can easily identify with the help of the key planets in the PILT table. I think you're able to understand, and as I already said that, I mean, studying the EPS table is master, and you can find the level-wise study of EPS table. That is possible. Grouping of houses, all these things are possible only with the EPS table. That is not possible in the PILT table. It has got its own advantage and disadvantage. But in the EPS table, we can see level-wise from the source, we can easily identify, and support planets we can check. with the planet names and also their significations. Whereas in the PILT table, we'll not be able to see the houses signified by those planets, but in a single table, we can see all 9 planets, their rulers, and also their supports. We can easily find the rulers link, all these things. But there also, we can open the EPS table, and of course, house grouping table also we can check, and we can find the significations also. Level wise study also we can do with the PILT table also. Now I have studied only with the PILT table only. I have not opened the EPS table, but you can do that, which you already done in the previous video. That's what I have not done. But when you are doing the PILT table analysis, if you feel that 2-3 planets will be almost having the good key planet, so to find which is comparatively better, study from the source signification is important. So that way it will be easier with the EPS table. You can open the EPS table and check it. But the advantage in the PILT table means you can see the support planets influence in significantly in a single in a single view. We can see all the planets, which are the planets are having the all the favorable key planets or unfavorable key planets in the supports of the rulers. So, with a good practice in the EPS analysis, then you focus on the PILT table, so that will be more useful. So, we will meet in the next video. Good luck.